Now let's take a look at figure 17-20, and we're dealing with protection of feeders. We just looked at the service. Now we're going to look at feeder protection. Now notice the protection in the panel board switchgear here, 430.94 and 490.21 is a reference that we have. And notice we're having fuses and circuit breaker protection here. So we're looking at 490.21 A and B of the NEC. And the continuous rating of each fuse should not be over 300% of the ampacity of the service conductors. And again, if you had transformers involved, you could go to table 450.3A and you see the same rule is listed there. But transformers in Article 450, that protection is just for transformers. You have to go to Article 240 for the protection of your conductors, so let's remember that. Now the air, oil, or vacuum circuit breaker, trip setting of the circuit breaker not over 6 times the ampacity of service conductors, in other words, 600%. And then you could have relay protection. And of course, you know, we're at the main service to the left, the switchgear, service switchgear. We have an overcurrent device and we're protecting conductors over to this switchboard or motor control center or maybe even a panel board. And we could have relay protection or just routine protection in accordance with 240.100 and 240.101A. Then again, see the ampacity of the conductors. You're going to the new Article 311 and pick up tables 311.60C 77 through 310.60C 86 based upon conductors and conduit in the ground or above ground or in cables, whatever. And then notice the feeder calculation is 215.2B1 through B3 based upon exactly what does the feeder supply. The protection of the conductor is 240.100 or 240.101A depending on the type of protection that you're providing for those feeder conductors supplying that switchgear or motor control center, which is outlined in 490.30. Notice if you had shields on your conductors, how do you ground those shields? Well, 311.44, 300.40, 311.60C1, and 490.36. And then for shield grounds, see note 2 on page 17-17. And I think you have a pretty good outline of what we're doing here. Now, if you have a relay system, as you see, that compares current or communicates current used downstream, just go to 240.100A1 as you see in the illustration for the service switchgear. And that's what our figure 17-20 is pointing out.